Hey everybody, I'm not feeling well, so I probably sound really funny. Probably sound better than normal because that's how things work, isn't it? Anyway, I wanted to talk about a funny thing that's really important. I may have talked about it before, but who cares? Because I'm going to talk about it again. I think you could meditate or we could visualize if you want to be less Eastern about it. You could you want to be more of a American, I don't know, upper middle class yoga mom. Visualize. Visualize your death. No, but seriously, visualize your death. It's really great. I know that sounds not so great, and I know that maybe this suggestion may have startled you, and because it's done that in the past. Sometimes I think things and I don't realize that they might bum people out, and because it's maybe a counterintuitive idea. Now, why should you visualize your death? Why should you think about your death? Well, there's an immense peace, for one. There's a release of something that you're holding on to, which is your life. I know that that's something that we all should hold on to. I don't disagree. But we put a lot of pressure on ourselves holding on to our lives to the point where it keeps us from laughing and being happy and having fun. And that's called caution. That's good. You should be cautious, but but also you should take a break sometimes and be less cautious, let's say. Sometimes when we're called to be courageous, or we're called to be, we're called to take virtuous and noble action. Those virtuous and noble actions require that we don't really value our safety. It's just going to happen. Sometimes you're going to have to do something like that. And it's much better if you've completely let go of your life. You've already accepted, well, all right, now I know what death feels like. I'm not so afraid of it. And I'm serious. That's a really great, important thing. So listen, I mean, I know it might be shocking, but it is excellent. And I also want to explain it using, and this is how I came to the realization. I'm gonna tell a story, but I want to say this is how I realized it, because I really had to experience it in a way that, because I'm bad at meditating sometimes, I'm bad at visualizing, and I kind of understood it, and I got the experience through meditation. But I had a dream that was just about, the reality of a vision. It was one of those real dreams that you're watching happen. It's like a movie, right? It's great. And so it made me really experience it. And I had this dream that I was sitting at this really nice antique wooden desk. There's this kind of one that I want. I'm not going to describe it, but there's this kind that I really want. It was beautiful. And there was nothing really on it other than paper and organizational stuff. And I was just sitting there staring down. And I saw myself from different views. And I was thinking there about how, I'm going to die. And at first I was looking at myself, and you kind of see your own thoughts. Maybe this is just me, but I kind of see my own thoughts in these kind of dreams. And my thoughts are saying well, that's it, I'm going to die. And that's all I could think. It's crazy. Now, that was kind of selfish, because what in fact was going to happen was the entire world was going to end. There's going to be an asteroid that would destroy it. And I didn't know this. I actually thought I was just me going to die. And maybe I think my dream changed up. It upped the ante a little bit. And so then there's an asteroid coming to Earth, and I'm accepting this. Oh, I'm bummed out. And I just can't accept it. I can't let go, right? That you're holding up. It's the ultimate let go. so that you can be okay. But when we're really bummed out, when we're really upset, we're holding on to something really tight. And that's what we're upset about. We don't want to let go. I'm putting it real simple here. That's just the fact of the matter. Now, it might be good not to let go, and then you can get angry about it. But because you're choosing what you won't let go of based off of your values, then you choose when you have emotional reactions. So, then everything turns into your decisions rather than your reactions. You understand what I'm saying here? This is very important. You choosing when to let go. You choosing. Now, in this case, this is the most big, giant let go. And it's like jumping off, I don't know if you ever jumped off like a cliff next to a pond, right? It's like you could see a bunch of people jump into that pond, but if you've never jumped into it, it doesn't matter. It's horrifying. Now, but when you jump, you're letting go. And there's this amazing feeling you get from letting go. That's what I'm talking about here. Except you're doing it like for real with the thing that is underneath us all that really drives us, which is the anxiety of our death. All right. So letting go of your death, what does that mean? Well, it's a very pivotal and important thing. All right. Because then any decision you have to face in your life, it's very easy to let go whenever you feel like it. Because what are you anxious about? If your life isn't on the line, then it's not that big of a deal because you know what that feels like, you see? All right. So, yeah. So I watched the collision in this dream. It pulled out. I watched the collision, to a vision of Earth. Excuse me, I might have hit the mic. Of Earth and this giant asteroid that was like the size of Earth. Seriously, it was huge. And I saw them just begin to hit each other, and then everything went white. And as that was happening, as I saw them colliding, I had this feeling of anxiety. And just like, oh no, everything's over. All the civilizations are over now. Holy crap, no. I was panicking. Like there was just this brief moment of panic, of gritting my teeth. And then when everything went white, I didn't have to worry about anything. I didn't have to worry about my day. I didn't have to worry about work. I didn't have to worry about dying, because that was the thing. That was the biggest deal. It was the biggest dread. It was the biggest sense of dread I'd ever felt in my life. The biggest anxiety that I ever felt in my life. And then I overcame it. I was forced to overcome it, but that's okay. Being forced to overcome something, it still works, all right? It's like a muscle. You apply the amount of resistance, and it doesn't matter how you applied that amount of resistance, whether you're doing push-ups or you're pressing up. You're going to get the muscle to grow, okay? And that's the same way with us, with how our psychological conditioning works. So all I'm saying is, maybe meditate. Think about you as the main character of a book, and read a book. And when a character dies, and there's a very explicit, graphic version of his death, or even better yet, get a book with actual sword fights. I have one. I could link it in the description. I don't know if I'll remember to do that, but read about people that are actually fighting, and put yourself in the position of one of those people who's going to die. And think about every action and then the moment of their death. And visualize through, let it ride out, because there will be like a linger. You got to let there be a linger. That's why you really should be getting in a state of meditation. But visualization works just as good once you start to buy it, because the visualization will, lead you into just experiencing it. You just got to kind of when you're watching a movie, you just get into it, right? Same thing. All right, that's all I wanted to talk about. I've even been singing, even though I'm sick. I'm starting to feel better enough with the medicine. Got a weld this week. All right, that's a video I wanted to make. I'm going to try to get more of these out. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. And I do hope to speak to you all again soon. If you have any, just comment. Get in touch with me. I'm terrible about that stuff. Squeaky chair. This chair, I have to sit perfectly still. So check out my other videos. I have plenty of other ones. And I need to make more. I'm gonna be doing that. All right, thank you. Take it easy.